Booyah! Hey, Glenn, how you doing, man?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. Can't complain. I think I owe you an apology, man. You sent me a message. It's been a while, and I did not see it.
That's all right.
And that's when I think I messaged you earlier, but maybe I did. I don't even remember now. But sorry about that.
No, that's cool.
Yeah. So I got that locker Wednesday, and we've already made more than our money back on it already. We got about there's going to be a lot more sales in there. We listed three more items today that they didn't get it made. They didn't get on the video. Um, Found these really nice backpacks that were new with tags, and we listed those. We sold some pop figures today.
Oh,
Well, there's
cool.
pick them up. Yeah, we get $5 a piece on them on Facebook. There was four of them, and sold the washing machine. It ran fine. I did my clothes in it, got a hundo for that. We got a hundo for the bench. And then I got the unit. I love extra space, man, because you get a free month of when you rent a unit, you get a free month. And so I went ahead and rented the unit, but they do charge you. It was $40. So as long as I'm out of there by August 10th, which is only a mile away, and I'm already halfway through it, I don't have to pay anything but the $40. It was just an administrative fee and insurance. They make you
Yeah,
pay. So that was it's a hell of a good deal.
yeah. That was a cool bench you got out of there.
That was cool. The coolest thing in there, I talked about it in the video, but there's this pedestal bed. The legs
Oh
on her,
yeah,
they're as big as telephone poles.
yeah. I bet that's a heavy son of a bitch, huh?
It might be. I haven't lifted it yet, but it's
Oh,
got everything, man. It's got everything. I'm going to sell it right out of the unit.
oh yeah, yeah. There's your money. There's your money right there.
So we're already into the profits. So, and there's still more furniture in there, more smalls, uh, just a lot. There's going to be a lot of other things. It's not a great unit, but it's not for the price. It was really good.
Yeah, as far as profit.
Yeah, and so I went over there this morning because I already did the wash. I didn't try to sell the washer dryer together because they were completely different. They weren't really a matching set, and it's just easier to sell them individually unless they're a matching set.
Yeah.
So we sold the other one for $100. So today I went over and got the dryer. This is why I think it was in the storage unit because I think once their dryer, it wasn't working properly. Let's put it that way.
Oh,
I had to fiddle with it just to get it to come on, and I pushed the start button, and then the button fell off.
oh,
There wasn't any mechanism. So I
yeah.
opened up the back, and the whole thing had just come out. So I thought, well, I was getting ready to take it to the street at that point, and then I thought, well, I put it back in, and then I figured, okay, well, I can fix this. So then I ran the cord back and plugged it in, turned it on, and then it started running. I'm like, okay, we're good now. So I let it run for a minute. I wanted to make sure it was heating up, and no, that thing didn't heat up. And when you've got a dryer and it doesn't heat up, that means the heating element's gone out of
Yeah, yeah.
it. And what we were going to be able to sell it for was going to cost about what a heating element would cost. So
Yeah,
I just sat it to the curb, man. Somebody will pick it up and take it to the scrap yard for about $6.
yeah.
So that's okay though. There's going to be plenty more. That those kind of things happen. I was just glad the washing machine worked because we got
Oh,
a hundred. So it all worked out pretty good. And
so you already sold the bench and the washing machine, huh?
those are gone. Yeah, and some pop figures. We got three more listings this morning. And then once we get to there's another hutch. There's a hutch in there. There is a big dresser in there with it's got like marble design on it. One of the pieces of marbles broke, but the mirror that goes on the back has two marble designs, just like the dresser had. So I'm thinking
Oh,
one of the marble designs off the mirror, put it fix and retrofit fit it to the dresser, fix the dresser, and just have it without a mirror. You see what I
yeah.
mean?
That's what I would do. Yeah.
And that daggone dresser, I'm standing up to it, and it comes up to like here on me.
Oh, that's a big dresser, huh?
Yeah, and it's got like a dozen drawers in it. I'm not even exaggerating, man.
It
So
looks
I'm
like a nice dresser from what I've seen.
yeah, the whole set. It's that whole giant pedestal bed, the bench, the dresser, the mirror, everything was all a giant set. But I wasn't going to try to sell it that way. It would have been too difficult the way
Oh
this was.
yeah, yeah.
So I've been selling it a piece at a time. But being able to rent the unit for $40 for a month.
Oh,
So that is so sweet. And it's only a mile away. So in the morning, I go over there when it's cool, like I did this morning. Went over there about 8 o'clock. I grabbed a bunch of clothes and all the clothes in there. I'm just going to donate the clothes. It's been in there 3 years and they had them in bags and they're not smelling all the best. So I did kind of look at them and to see if there was anything special, but so I'm just going to donate the clothes. But there's going to be a bunch of books to sell out of there too. Lot of backpacks that are new with tags. Um, Found a jewelry box, but of course it didn't have any. This one didn't have any gold or silver in it. You know, it turned out to be really good because of the price and the location. Perfect.
mm.
You know,
Yeah, I
and it
think it
looks
was, it was a, yeah, it was a great locker.
for the price. That was if I'd have paid up for that one, it wouldn't have been a good. You know,
Oh, yeah,
it's one of those kind where you got to get it at the right price,
right.
and I
Yeah.
did. So let's see who we got here today. Mad Dog first in the house. Hey, how you doing, Mad Dog? Um, I can't complain, really. You know, we're selling stuff, and Julie's gotten better. She was able to get back to kind of using her arm now, so
Oh,
she did 3 or 4 listings, and we sold some Linux dishes yesterday for $100.
well, that's cool.
But here's the kicker: we've had them for sale for 3 years.
Hey, it's a good
Finally,
thing. Good thing you didn't smash them.
no, I wasn't gonna smash that, man. Those Linux are expensive, man. I knew eventually somebody would buy them, so I had to go into panic mode to try to find where I put them. So I had to go into building 2, and I had to kind of like dig my way back. And I'm like, there they are, man. That's $100. Boom, just like that. The lady came and got those. And then yesterday, the guy came and picked up the washing machine. Real happy to get it. He just wanted one to get him through till he bought a new one. So $100 washing machine's pretty cheap. So he got a good deal. And so we get him all loaded up and everything. And his truck wouldn't start.
Oh shit.
So his belt had met, so he needed a chuck. So luckily I had one of those charging things, and we hooked it up to his battery, and I got him some tools, got him out of there. So it's one of those things, man. When you're having a bad day, it just gets worse. And he was having a bad day. Needed a washing machine, gets that, then his truck. You probably had days like that, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
He said, "Oh, I appreciate it, man." I said, "Hey, dude, I've had this shit happen to me.
Yeah.
I know exactly. I'll be glad to help you, man." I said, "Don't worry about your truck. You're not blocking us in here. It doesn't matter. We'll get you going." So anyway, there, Mad Dog. He said, "Devon Self Storage got the most expensive unit." That is where I bought that unit for almost $4,000. A couple of months ago, Mad Dog, I ended up finding $5,400 in precious metals and a ton of old stuff, old ship models, um, all kind of military stuff. It was such a good unit. Worked my butt off on it though, but we will look. We will be looking today. I got it locked and loaded. We're going to see how Storage Treasures treats us today. Hey, Silver Hair Stacker, howdy do, man. I'm glad you swung in here, man. Hell yeah. Looks like the
Yeah,
deep state attacked your area, man.
you know something crazy I seen yesterday?
What's that?
So I was coming up out of the canyon, and I seen this car pulled over off the side of the road, and I seen these three guys, Hispanic guys, and what the hell are these guys doing? They're laughing, and they had a big stick, and I slowed down when I passed them. They're poking at a rattlesnake.
I don't
Okay,
know if I want to mess with a rattlesnake. What's the point?
yeah, I mean, usually they'll go. My experience with them is when they see you, they'll try to get away from you. You start poking at them and touching them, then they
Yeah, I'll
start
fight
squawking.
back.
Well, and they'll leap twice their body length. So,
And they can get you, man, if you're not far. Oh, man, they were messing with it. I don't know what they thought they were going to gain by that, but I guess they, yeah, that's one of those FAFO kind of deals. F around and find out.
yeah,
You know? So hopefully yeah, that's stupid. I would just leave them alone. Just leave them alone.
yeah, that's me. I don't touch them.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome aboard, Silver Hair Todd, the stacker. Hell yeah, buddy. Mad Dog says public storage got good units next week. I'm gonna look. Like I said, I'm in a unit right now, but it's going along fine. I do want to get caught up there, but I am gonna look today. I wouldn't mind doing a dine and dasher or something like that, but it just depends on the unit and how I'll go after it or not go after it. I got a system, and right now I just need to sell shit. That's what we're doing. You got to sell that stuff, man. It's not going to sell itself. Prime Storage Louisville got good unit. Yeah, we got a Prime Storage right up the street. We've got another one that's only about 5 miles away. Hey, Harry, how you doing, bud? Yeah, Harry's always on the hunt for stuff, man. He finds it. What did he find yesterday? What did you? I watched your video. I don't know if I commented or not, but what did he buy? Hell, I can't remember. I'm sorry, Harry. You bought something. He, yeah. Yeah. Let's see. Hey, Jody, how you doing? I'm glad you swung in here, man. Yeah, appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, we're the dog parking, and she comes back in the dog parking, and Glenn the Swamp Picker. Did I miss Glenn the Swamp Picker? How did I do that? Yeah, I missed Glenn the Swamp Picker. Good morning. Well, it's afternoon here, but Glenn's Storage Bandit here is probably 9. It's probably 9:15 where you're at, right?
Yeah, 9:15.
Yeah. And there we go. We're dog parking there. Did the mirror on the wall tell you who the fairest? It was the fairest of them all. Yeah, I got a big old mirror in there, man. I'm gonna have to use that to fix the dresser, though. It's got these marble decorations on the dresser, same as the mirror. And the only way I'm gonna sell anything on there is if I take the marble off the mirror and put it on the dresser to fix the piece that they broke when they put it in storage, or it happened before that. They saved the piece, but it was like in 5 pieces, so I don't think that's gonna work.
No, I would do just like you said, take one of the pieces off the mirror and put on there.
Yeah, and you just glue it on there. It's got a bunch of drawers, and it's the biggest. It's like I said, it comes up. If it comes up to here on me, I'm 5'10", so it'd be about 4 feet 10 inches tall. That dresser, saving. I got
You'll have no trouble getting rid of that.
Yeah, I mean it's got a whole bunch of drawers in it. As far as I can tell, that's the only thing wrong with it. So I think I can fix it. I'll probably just lay it down on its back
Yeah,
and then put it on there and just glue it on and let it set for let it cure for a while, and then we can list it. That's the plan anyway. I'm gonna try to sell the bed right out of the storage unit because it's only a mile away. I can meet somebody over there in 6 minutes. Yeah, you get two videos from the unit. I think this one I'm just gonna have one. There's really not a lot of the totes in this unit. They were into crafting, and a lot of the stuff is just about that. All this crafting stuff. It's amazing how much they had. So my granddaughter's getting some of it, and then we got one of these cricket machines that makes these vinyl. I don't know
The
how to
cow,
put. Yeah,
decal.
yeah, it does that. It's like $125 machine. So we plugged it in today. We found the manual. All the wires are hooked up to it. I mean, they may have to buy ink for it and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be another close to $100 item right there. And so, but to answer your question, Mad Dog, I think I'm just going to get one video out of it. I kind of I got that big old hanging chair
Oh yeah, that's
set
nice.
up in the backyard, and we're thinking about keeping it and selling it. You know, one of those kind of things. Use it for when the weather's nice a little bit, and then sell it.
Yeah.
So yeah, you keep it and sell it. That's what I call that. So that we probably get close to a hundo for that too. And there's still a few boxes I haven't totally gone through. I've kind of looked over the top. You know, I'm glad I bought it. I guess because of the price, and it's right down the street. I love that logistics, man. My mirror is telling me to go to the spa. Ha! My mirror is telling me I don't have any hair. Look at that. I don't know when they're going to roll out the med beds, but I've heard that it can regrow hair. I don't know. That's the space age technology there. Apparently, we're not ready to have it yet. There's still a bunch of stuff going on. Everything takes time, man. I'd say 95% of the people haven't even heard of them. You could search them on Google, and of course, it'll tell you, "Oh, that's a conspiracy theory." That's how you know it's real. Whenever they say it's a conspiracy theory, that's when you know it's real. That's the truth. They're still doing that with the chemtrails. This one guy came out. They were talking about, like Marjorie Taylor Greene, the one person in Congress. They've already got a thing about it. It's already illegal to spray in Florida now. They got to do that in every state because that stuff's poison. But under the YouTube video where they were talking about that, they were saying chemtrails, those are actually contrails. They're coming from the exhaust of airplane. They're still trying to play that crap.
Yeah.
And people will still buy it, man. Now I know our people coming in here aren't going to buy that crap, or they wouldn't still be here because you know.
You believe in that? You believe in the COVID shot?
Oh my God! And that's the stuff that I didn't get that. I told people don't do it, but
Yeah.
this stuff that I'm doing right here, it's the folium. This
Yeah.
stuff was expensive. So I wrote 8, 4, and 12 on it to remind me I take one at 8 in the morning, 4 in the afternoon, and as close to midnight as I can. Sometimes I go to bed before that. This takes the metals that build up in your body out of your system. And what it does, if you did get that, this takes that poison graphene that was in that jab out of your system. So this is what people. Problem is, this shit was $284.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, it's not. Anything's worth your health.
That's right. Now this also came with 2 other bottles of something else that you do when you're done with that. That is more, but it's very expensive. But I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to get it because I don't want metals in my system.
Yeah. I know a guy that's about 10 years younger than me, and he was all for that COVID shot bullshit, and he used to never get sick, and now he's sick every time somebody farts and it has a germ in it. He catches it.
Yeah, it's really sad, Glenn. I went over to the storage, to rent the storage unit, and I know the manager over there where I buy periodically over there. she's so upset about her daughter. She pleaded with her not to get that jab. And she was always pretty healthy. And now that she's had it, she's sick all the time. And
Yeah,
I told her about the folium, and she wrote it down. I said, I do got to warn you, it is very expensive. But but do you want to put a price on your life?
yeah, that's right.
So, Sadie, what are you doing?
She
Look at
keeps
this.
talking.
Watch this. I'm just sitting here like an Indian. Look at this. She's pawing at me.
I
Come on, Sadie, do it again. We're watching
seen
you.
her. I've seen her do it 2 or 3 times already.
Yeah, she's cute, but I tell you what, she did it again.
Yeah.
She wants some cat food? It's right here. Here's the problem with her. This bowl of food's sitting right there. She won't go and get it. She wants to bat at me, so I'll set it in front of her. I
Spoiled.
got, I got spoiled cats. Because I'm sure that's my fault. But Harry said he stopped looking. They break too much. What happened? Did you break something, man? Did you break? I haven't seen Harry break anything. I don't know if if Harry saw that video where Glenn was. That video actually got more views than my storage video this week. It's just amazing to me. There's no rhyme and reason to YouTube for me anyway. I mean, I figured one thing out for sure. People like cats more than storage auctions. So that's why I put 4 cat videos up every day. 4 of them I'll get anywhere from 2,000 to 4,000 views every day because of those. Storage auction videos, not so much. But I don't care. That's what I do to make a buck. Harry says, "Say no more, Mark. I have not watched the video. I just got back a minute ago from New York State. Man, he travels. He's a serious reseller, man. I tell you what,
Yeah,
he'll travel.
wait till he retires.
Oh, he'll love it, man. Of course, everybody does what they know's best for them. But if I was in his shoes, I would have done retired, man. I would have just done. No, I wouldn't have retired. I would have just switched. Of course, he knows what his situation is much better than I do. And there's probably some big advantages to staying around until he can actually do it the way he wants to do it.
Yeah.
And that's fine. He's still doing his stuff, what he loves to do. But imagine, Harry, you don't have your regular job to do, and all you have to do is pick and sell. I'm sure you'd love that, right? Yeah. And we're dog parking, Glenn and Harry. Swamp. Dog parking. Mark, once in a while, have the yard sale. You'll thin out the pie. I can't stand yard sales, Harry. They piss me off and aggravate, and we get ripped off, and people try. Yeah. Here, let me give you. I've said this before, but I'm going to say it again, and this pisses me off about yard sales, Harry. And have done a few of them. You'll have somebody that come in there and they'll negotiate, and they'll make a pile, and they'll negotiate 8 to 10 items, and then they're ready to check out, and then I'll say that'll be $40. Would you do 30? Now that makes me mad. We've already negotiated every single item, and at that point, you just check out. So I don't do that renegotiation. I don't do that. And then of course, I had this one guy. I don't know if he just came from the moon or Haiti. One, but I was selling a gun cleaning kit for $1. It had a picture of a gun on it. He said, "Where's the gun?" Think about that, Harry, or Glenn, or Harry, any of you. I don't want to deal with that kind of stupidity. And another thing I don't like about them, just gonna go ahead and vent here, okay? You got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to do it. You get your stuff out there, then you put it out there, and it starts freaking raining or something stupid like that. Um, did a number of them, so I decided, we might lose money for not doing yard sales, but we're a lot happier about not having to do it. I don't mind going to one, my first question when I go to a yard sale: do you have any vintage jewelry? I'll buy it all. It's better than saying, you got any gold or silver jewelry? Because normally, if somebody's willing to sell you a bunch of vintage jewelry, there's going to be some gold and silver in there. So that's my question when I walk into a. It's been a minute, but that's my number one question. Harry says, "You got any old stuff?" Well, I like that too. I know that's a good question, but I just point it right to the. I just go straight for the throat, man. You got any vintage jewelry? I'll buy it all. Or in my wife's case, she got a wheelbarrow. She wants one really bad, and I refuse to pay retail for one. She wants her wheelbarrow for her birthday. Well, I better get one for us. Get a storage unit with one in it. Just tearing up my couch. That's all right, Sadie. I'm getting about ready to replace this one anyway. I got this in a unit a few years ago. It's the one that had the robot in it. The one where I was standing out in front acting like I was peeing on the unit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the same unit. You could see this couch in that unit when I'm doing that. Everybody thought, was he peeing in his shit? And I turned around, I had a water bottle I was just dumping, and I made it look like a yeah. But yeah, Harry, I would love to do that, but I'd have to deal with so many idiots that I just can't motivate myself to do it. So I do end up donating a lot of stuff that I normally might have sold for $1. And I know that's wasteful, but I mean, it is going to a good cause, and it's keeping me from getting aggravated and having to go out there and set all that shit up. Because I figure if I start doing what am I making an hour, I don't like the way I don't like the numbers. I don't like the numbers. So, and maybe I'm a little bit lazy, and maybe that's part of it too. It could be that, but I work hard when I buy these storage units. I can promise you that. And, there's that. Great idea, Harry. Had a flea market, everything $1. See, that's another good thing. If you've got everything that's $1, those are great because you don't have to price anything. You don't have to like put stickers on it. I hate doing that. You got to do this because then nobody's got to pay attention to the price anyway. Oh, if it's $2, oh, would you do $1? And then if you're in a good mood, you'll say, okay. It's like, I don't know, man. I like selling big ticket items. I'm sorry. I just like selling big ticket items.
I'll
Or
tell you a good one is when you selling something for $50 and they say, "Oh, I only got $20," and then they pull a wad of bills out of their pocket.
say, well, I got to pay my rent with yeah, I hear you, bud. Just be honest with me. You don't
Yeah.
want to pay. You only want to pay that for this. Here's the problem. I'm not going to come down that far. I'll come down a little bit,
Hell
but I'm not
yeah.
going to go down from 50 to 20. Well, if 50, you're going to do good if you get it at 40.
Yeah.
And I will give a little bit. I got kind of price accordingly.
Yeah.
If we want to get $100 for something, we don't ask 100. We ask 110 or 20.
Yeah.
That way you come down and they feel better about themselves.
Sure. Sure.
So you just add that on, and then sometimes people will just pay you the full price.
Yeah. That happens more than not.
So that's how I do it. We always, if we want $50, we don't ask $50.
Yeah.
It's $60, and then if you cut coming down 10 isn't enough, well then they're just not going to buy it, and that's fine. Do like a store to sell. Yeah, just put one price on there. Imagine going to the grocery store and they ring up your carrots, for instance, for $2, and I'll say, wait a minute, will you take $1.50? Well, they're going to look at you like you got two hits going at your nostrils. What the hell? You think that's going to work?
Yeah, I was at the grocery store the other day, and you know how you can see the monitor when they're ringing everything up.
Yeah.
So everything goes across the conveyor belt, and I thought it came up to a little more than it should have. And I'm looking on there, the damn lady's charging me for firewood, and I said I didn't get to
I
pick up any
would.
firewood. I didn't pick any firewood up.
I wonder if they do that as a scam, man.
Well, if they do that to enough people, how many people don't notice it and let it go? I watch it close, but there's a lot of people probably don't.
You know what? They could be like, and then they got plausible deniability. They'll just say, "Oh, I'm sorry, it was an accident."
Yeah.
But I wonder how many
Well,
times they make that accident.
well, the next day after that, Joy had went to the store by herself, and it was the same lady, and she got these little packages that you use to make guacamole. And she got home, she looked at the receipt, and she charged her like $5 a piece. So she went down there and scanned one. Well, they're 99 cents each. So she talked to the manager after that and got a
Yeah,
refund on
they're
it.
running a scam, man. That's how they're making extra money.
Yeah. Yeah, you do figure you do that to 100, 500 people. Shit.
That's a lot of money, dude.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money. And yet they got the camera on everybody to make sure they scan everything right on the U scans, which I don't use. I will not
Yeah,
use.
I don't like that.
I'll sit there and wait. I've done that before. Where sir, you go over and use the U scan. Nah, I'm waiting for a cashier.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
I don't, well, it might be a few minutes. I'm like, fine. I'm not
Yeah,
going to, you know what? You're not paying me to be a cashier, okay?
that's right. That's
You
why the
know,
prices are the way they are. They want to charge you for a damn bag and everything else nowadays.
yeah, they could I almost said something bad. they could, yeah, I just don't do it. I do not use UScan. I won't do it. I don't like it. And then you get up there and let's say you're using the UScan. You've got stuff you got to weigh out that they sell it by weight. But you're supposed to weigh all this scrap up. Then you got the people above wanting you to screw up so they can arrest you. No, I'm not doing that. They
Yeah,
can kiss.
or you get
Sorry.
a or you get a barcode that doesn't scan, and then you're there 15 minutes longer until somebody comes over and does it for you.
They'll tap you on the shoulder. Yo, sir, you didn't ring that up. Well, you you're being detained. Uh, no, I'm not using that.
Well, I'll tell you what, they better have the police there because other than police, no one's going to put their hands on me and keep me there.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're supposed to touch it, but you know
Uh,
what? I think they can, or at least some of them are going to think they can. And I don't want to mess with the U scans. So I'll just say it right now. I don't use them. I don't even suggest anybody use them.
well, there was one guy here locally that did that. Somebody was stealing something from Home Depot, and he tried to stop him. The guy shot him,
Shot him? Now that's
killed
a
him.
little.
Yeah. Well,
Wow.
he tried to stop the customer that was stealing the product, and the person stealing the product shot the store person.
Yeah, you don't know how crazy some people are. I mean, you got border jumpers that if they get caught,
Yeah.
they're getting sent they're getting sent out of the country. Um, which is they deserve it. Yeah, I mean, good lord. But I guess my point is, I will not use those U scans. They can kiss
Yeah.
my butt.
Same as getting gas. I don't like using a card to get gas at the gas pump. I'd rather go inside, take the time, and pay for it inside. I don't trust that outside
I
by the
do the
pump.
same thing, Glenn, and I'll tell you why. One time I went and got used. One time I used the card to get gas right up the street. And the next thing you know, there was a false charge on my card right after that.
That's the same exact thing happened to me. It charged me double, and I thought, what the hell is this? When I saw it come out of my account, and, oh well, you'll get credit back to your account, but it's going to take 3 to 5 working days. And I said, well, bullshit. I didn't
Yeah,
authorize that. Well, it was a glitch, and so I don't. Yeah, anymore. I'll take even if it takes me 30 minutes longer. I'll walk inside.
yeah, I do that. When I get gas, I always pay cash.
Yeah, yeah.
Always pay cash because after that, I have never used a debit card for paying for fuel. There's just too, the system's so hackable. It's not
Yeah,
even funny, man.
yeah.
So now, Glenn the Swamp River says United States Postal Service rates going up today. I believe one stamp is like 76 cents now.
God damn.
Luckily for me, I'm a storage auction buyer, and I've got hundreds of
Yeah,
these forever stamps, and they're always good.
yeah,
You could buy them at 30, whatever the cheapest price was in the beginning, and they're still good at 76 cents.
yeah.
So and yeah, I'm old school. I do mail bills in. I
Yeah.
do.
I do the same thing. I don't like doing it on a computer or a phone. I don't trust it.
I don't either, Glenn. I'm the same way. I don't trust it. It's just so many ways that they can rip you off.
Yeah, you know,
You know,
my dad up till the time he passed away, didn't he'd get, you know, he always got a paper check when he retired, and then finally they changed it. No, you got to get direct deposit. We're not sending paper check anymore. So he didn't want to deal with the bank, but he had to at that point, and he'd go down right when that came in his account. He'd go down there and withdraw it all, and he'd put it in a floor safe. He wouldn't keep it in the bank.
yeah. Oh yeah, man. I'm like that. I like dealing with cash.
Well, I'll tell
Uh,
you a funny story. He went down. It was about 15 years before he passed away. He went down to buy a new truck, and he was going to pay cash for it. So him and my mom went down, and he goes down with cash and dumps $35,000 out of a paper bag on the table. And the guy goes, "I got to go talk to my manager. I'll be right back." Well, they went back and called the cops. Had the police there.
but if you look on the bill, it says "good for all debts, public and private," right on the bill.
So anyway,
America.
once they got it figured out and everything, and figured out he didn't rob somebody, now we can make a deal now. And I guess my dad told them to go screw themselves, and he went somewhere else.
Oh, I would have said, well, you could kiss this deal goodbye, man. Calling the cops for me using a legal tender dollar designed to pay for all debts, public and private. You see it right here, you idiot. That's what I would have said.
Well, he went to a different car lot and had no problem there. They took it.
I mean, there's a lot of car lots that would love to get cash like that because
Oh
maybe
yeah,
they don't. Well, I don't
don't
want to
have,
even say
you don't have to go through the bank.
right. So yeah, I mean, I would have probably even if yeah, I would have screw that, Glenn.
Now, if it's somebody like 19 or 20 years old, I might be kind of skeptical about it.
But still, I mean, there's nothing illegal per se
Uh,
about just paying for something in cash because that's what the cash is for.
yeah. Well, you go to these storage auctions. You got to have cash.
Yeah,
Most
I
of
mean,
them.
there's a lot of places you have to pay cash. Now I'm going to these facilities. Some of them, they say they're cashless. Okay, your bill here it says good for all debts, public and private, and they're saying, nah, screw that. What gives them the right to say screw the system like that? But that's maybe a rhetorical question. We know people are trying to subvert the whole thing, the whole system all along. They've been.
What cracks
Oh,
me up? What cracks me up is if you use your debit card or credit card, you get charged a convenience fee. Well, if it's convenient, why are you charging me a damn fee?
I don't think it's convenient, especially when you use the card and then somebody has one of those scanners. They walk by and then they steal your card number. What's so convenient about having to go to the bank and say you've been ripped off? And I've had that, and then have to get a whole new card and then have to go to all that trouble. That's not convenient, Glenn.
I went to the bank one time. I took out $500, and then they gave me all $100 bills, and I went to a supermarket to use one of the $100 bills, and the guy looks at it, he goes, "This bill isn't real." I said, "Well, I got it right from the damn bank." He goes, "Nah, I'm telling you, it's not real." So I went down to the bank and I said, "Hey, I tried to cash this $100 bill, and I said I got it from you guys, and it's not real." And he looks at it and he goes, "Test it." He goes, "Yeah, it's not." And I said, "Well, what the hell are you going to do about it?" "Well, we can't give you your $100 back." He said, "You have to fill this form out, and we send it into the federal government, and then they'll examine the bill, determine blah 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 where it came from, how it got to you, and then you'll
It
get
came
your $100."
from you guys. You gave
Yeah,
me a.
this was 15 years ago. I never got the $100 bill back.
I'm speechless on that one, Glenn.
Yeah, I never got it back.
They got you pretty good. They passed you $100 bill and then screwed you out of the money.
Yeah,
That's bullshit, man.
yeah,
Oh my lord. They were dog parking. God almighty.
yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, Joy, I came back and Joy said, well, where's the $100 bill? I said, they sent it into the federal government and they said they'll examine it and figure out where it came from, how it got to them and how it got to me and get it back and should see it in about 6 months. And that was 15 years ago and I haven't got a damn thing back from them.
Did you ever
Not even,
call the back and say, well, what are you going to do about this, man? You all screwed me.
I mentioned it to them and they said it's nothing, it's not in our hands anymore.
Oh, isn't that convenient?
Yeah,
We've got this little business going over here, and when we give you phony money, then we send it somewhere. Then we can just say it's not out of our hands. So up yours with the you know.
I'm sure if they did it to me, it was done to other people too.
Oh, you can bet on it. They might have been doing it regular for all we know.
I thought that. It wouldn't surprise me.
Damn, Glenn, that's bad, dude. That's bad. Yeah, man, dog. We're gonna do some storage auctions here in a little bit. But my God, this is pretty interesting stuff because I'm sure everybody's got a story. You know,
Well,
wow.
these convicts and stuff. They got these skimmer devices that they can put at gas pumps and ATMs too that slip right over and they get your information when you put your card in. So you have to.
Probably what happened when I've used a debit card that one time and got screwed. That's why I always pay for gas with cash.
Yeah, they tell you if you do that on a device where you have to put your card, pull on it because it's magnetic and it pulls off. Then somebody's put that skimmer device over the device that's there already.
Good Lord, man.
Yeah, you think if you're that smart to develop something like that, you get a damn job making money. Laziness, I guess.
Could be. Marble's so expensive to replace. Well, I've already got it there, Jody. If we're talking about that dresser that's got a broken piece of marble on it, the mirror that goes with it's got the same. Now they're a little longer. Also, I figured I could cut them off. And anyway, I might be talking about something totally different here. She's like, "What's he talking about?" That's what I. Marble like ceramic isn't so bad from Home Depot. That's what I did. Yeah. Christmas blow molds. Oh, Harry looks for those things, man. Yeah, those actually have a good resale on them, man. Those blow molds.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I think they're worth good money.
They are. I know Harry, when he sees them, he always buys them. So, that's how I learned about those. I'm like, damn, Harry Umstone likes these damn things. If I see one, I'll grab it. Hell yeah! If I see one in a storage unit, I'll consider that as to being a pretty good item. Here's Mad Dog says, how do you feel about jewelry box and poker table, 50 and 50 empty? I'm not sure what you mean there. Feel about jewelry box and a poker table? Well, I'll tell you what, if I can find a unit that's got a jewelry box and a poker table, I'll consider that two good items. Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, I found a jewelry box in this last unit, but all of the jewelry in it was. I found two small, jewelry boxes that hold one piece, like they sell them, and
Yeah,
there was a Disney bracelet, and I saw the word silver, and then I'm like, oh, silver plate? Are you
yeah.
kidding me? Disney item, they played it? Come on. So, and it had a $40 price tag. I'd be lucky to get $10 for that.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Christmas blow mold candle set and a single one in a unit, 150. Hey, cool. Thanks, Mad Dog. That's Sadie. We've had her for 12 years. Hopefully, we'll have her quite a long time more. Peaches turns 19 in August.
Man,
August 1st, We got her in was it 2007.
Oh, hey, I was going to ask you. Speaking of one of your cat videos, Thomas's leg was hurt. What happened to Thomas?
He's got a crack. Well, it's gotten better, but he has a crack. You know, their foot pad, their paw pad, got a
Yeah.
little crack in it, and it
Oh,
got swollen. And then he was limping, so somehow he got cracked. But we've been putting stuff on it, and it's gotten a lot better. And he's not limping now, but he was bleeding on things. It wasn't his fault, but so yeah, it's gotten a lot better. So that's. I think he had that one other time a few years ago, so he might be prone to having those paw injuries. But I think it might have been the same foot. I don't know. Don't remember. He would have loved the longest yard sale. Harry would.
uh,
if you if you want to have jewelry for 25 cents, buy it at a yard sale. Yeah, I mean I've seen people buy like little bags of jewelry at a yard sale for like $1. If you see anytime you see that, it's a good idea to pick it up because it's like people mess up.
yeah, yeah.
And some people they'll think because it doesn't say 14K or 10K on it that it's automatically not gold, but not all
It's
gold's marked.
not true all the time. I've
But
even seen some silver, the same thing that wasn't marked and it was real.
yeah, silver is supposedly since 1906, everything that's sterling silver is supposed to be marked either 925 or sterling or a crown.
Yeah, I had something. I can't remember what it was, and I had it tested, and it wasn't marked, and it was sterling silver, but
Could have been
I mean,
older.
it may be older. Yeah, like you were saying.
Yeah. So yeah, so I have gotten quite a bit of gold that was not marked in carats. So I always test it, and I'll use 10 carat to test it with. And you got to make sure when you're testing this stuff that you go down farther than what plate would be, because if you just barely scratch the surface, you might get a false positive
Yeah,
because it's just testing the plating. You got to go below that, and so you scrape it. I know people hate to do that, but if you don't want to get screwed, you scrape it, and if you go a good little scrape on there, you'll notice if it's changes color or not, because it's just a very thin little layer of gold there. So make sure you really dig into it, and don't worry about it, because if it's real gold, you won't notice that.
you're
You
not
won't
gonna.
know.
Yeah, you're not gonna hurt it.
Yeah, I mean, no, if you sit there and do this for 5 minutes, yeah, but yeah. Let's see. Glenn says you keep a few bills in a separate pocket. Don't let them see the cash. I always carry cash, man. I just cash on the barrelhead right here, man. I like cash. Lay a hand on a person is assault. Yeah, no doubt. Crud, Swamp Picker, thanks for the reminder. I got small bills, one pocket, and big ones in a different pocket at a yard sale. Yeah, that might be smart. It's good to have like small bills at a yard sale, I would say, because you never know that they might not have. Maybe somebody already hit them up with a big bill. It'll help them to have this. When you're at a yard sale, when you're doing a yard sale, because everybody already knows this, you want to get a lot of $1 bills. Let's just put it that way. You want ones.
Yeah.
You don't care if somebody pays you in all ones if it's $50. You'd love that. Same here. Harry says going up 51%. Postage? I didn't think it was that much. Is it that much? Hey, Johnny Small Pepper, I appreciate you, man. He went in and watched my Tube of Terror video from a while back, and that one was hurt. That hurt, man. That was before I did the Tube of Terror. I did a whole spoonful of Carolina Reaper blood as a pregame. I decided, well, I'm going to be hurting anyway. I'm going to try to make this video amazing. But it's like all my videos, unless I put out something with cats on it, they just don't do that good. Except my gun videos, my gun storage auction videos do really good. I've had one with over 200,000 views. But regular storage auction videos, and that's not all storage buyers, by the way. It could be the way I do it. Could be that my algorithms are messed up because I got a variety channel. There could be all kind of reasons, or maybe I don't have a cameraman, and sometimes my videos could be a little. I mean, I got all you try to figure all this stuff out. So I just do the best I can. I do storage auction videos. I do heat videos. I do cat videos. I do metal stacking videos. I do skits. We do. I love to laugh, and and Glenn's provided me with plenty of that. He made some video literally just made me just laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
You might have to make another one of those for too long, Glenn.
I'm gonna have to, yeah.
You're just gonna have to do it. Yeah. Well, Johnny, I appreciate you coming in here, man. I hope you enjoy your time while here. Johnny, he'll sit there and he'll eat these freaking hot peppers, man, like they don't even affect him. I'm going to say this though. I'm not. This nothing against you, Johnny, but what people want to see when somebody eats a pepper, they want to see pain and misery.
That's it.
With Johnny, he'll eat a Carolina Reaper. Oh, my tongue's at about a 1. Maybe a little bit. Now I can barely feel it. I'll be sitting here. I don't know how you do it, Johnny. I really don't, man. He's got the most tolerance to anything. Anybody's side of Johnny Scoville, maybe. I mean, he's right there with Johnny Scoville, man. He would deny that, but I don't know. I've watched you both, and it seems about the same. I'm not kidding, Glenn. Johnny Small Pepper can eat some peppers and not even bat an eye, man. He had a guy on the other day eat this pepper, and you can see the guy going on to a semi-panic over it. That's what people want to see. They want to see panic. They want to see fire trucks. They want to see ice. They want to see water poured on the head, milk poured on the face.
Kind of like when you had Jay on.
Yeah. Oh, Jay made the video where he just went in panic mode.
I remember that.
I was kind of there myself, but I just gutted it out. I mean, because for one thing, anything you do to try to alleviate the pain isn't going to help. It's just not going to do anything. So you can sit there and take water and drink it. It doesn't do anything. I mean, here's the thing, though, Glenn, and this is, I hope Johnny's here to hear this. In the pepper community, when they have challenges, they'll say, well, you can't have water. You can't have anything. Okay, but in the same breath, they'll tell you, well, water actually makes it worse. Okay, I'm like, if that's the case, then mandate the water.
Yeah.
So I'm calling bullshit on when they say it doesn't help. It does help, or they would mandate it.
Yeah, so you have to take a shot glass full of water every time you take a bite.
Yeah, but see, they know I'm right because the water psychologically might help, whether it helps physically or not, because that gives you something you can do. In that regard, I think the water does help. Even if it makes it worse, it might make it better. Does that make any sense?
I know what you mean. You're saying
Yeah,
psychologically.
Yeah, and the psychological is real if you believe it. So there it is. It's right there. They'll say, no water allowed, but water makes it worse. Well, if it makes it worse, make them do it to beat the challenge. Just a thought. I don't know what you're thinking about that, Johnny. I hope you're here to answer that because I'd curiously like to know your theory on that. If it makes it worse.
I got to check on Henry real quick.
Yeah, make sure Henry's all right, man. My diamond rings are not marked. You mean the gold part of it? They're at least 10 karat. I mean, who would put a real diamond on a fake band? I just don't see that. So normally, if you get a, like a storage, I know you don't buy storage units much or if ever, but who would put a real diamond on a non-gold ring? I just don't think that would be something somebody would do.
Doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it wouldn't make sense.
Yeah, he's outside. He's under the canopy. He can't get out of the backyard anymore, so he's kind of pouting.
Yeah, but it's so much better when you don't have to worry about it, man. I just wished,
I'm
we
telling
had to
you.
worry about Chucky when he hops the fence. I hate that.
Well, that 8 hours he was gone. I thought he's gone forever, Mark. I mean, it was like 10 o'clock at night, and finally he just come running into the house from wherever he came from.
Probably crashed right on the floor, didn't
Yeah, yeah,
he? Yeah, yeah. When Chucky was, he was gone for like 3 or 4 hours the other day, and I was getting upset. I'm like, I was looking around, calling him. Finally, I'm like, oh crap, man, I'm gonna be upset if I lose my cat.
yeah, yeah.
Sure enough, he comes strutting in, laid down on the kitchen floor like a worn out dog, man.
I was like
Don't
Henry.
tell-
I was walking up and down neighbors' houses, kicking the bushes and shining a flashlight and trying to find him. And I don't know where the hell he was at for those 8 hours.
I actually got in my car and drove around the neighborhood one time.
Yeah, we did the same thing. Drove up and down both sides of the street and down the
Yeah,
wall. Yeah,
yeah. But he always comes back. I always say that if they'll always come back if they can.
yeah, if they can. Yeah,
If they can, they'll always come back. They know where their people are, and
yeah.
uh, playing. But you never know. Sometimes people, maybe they'll come in to another person, and somebody might take your cat.
Take
Decide they
them.
want.
Well, there's people that hurt cats too.
Yeah, I mean, one thing good about Chucky, he won't. He won't really go up to strangers. He won't do it. Sometimes I can't even pet him. I mean,
That's
he
right.
loves me. I know he does. I pet him all the time. But sometimes
Yeah,
if he doesn't want to be touched, you can't catch him.
yeah. That's the way Henry is. If he doesn't want you to touch him, he just takes off.
Yeah. Mad Dog says I get gold for one and sell it. Gold for one. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what he meant there. Sell. I never sell. Just me. Everybody's different. Everybody's got their own system. I don't think I've sold gold. I can't remember the last time I sold it. Probably before 2011. Yeah, I think there was when I very first started buying storage units. I remember selling one ring before I started stacking, and that would have been in 2011. I found I think it was a 14 karat ring, and I sold it to an storage auction buyer that had an auction house, and he just paid me cash right there at the place. And I wish the hell I hadn't have sold it then, or I'd still have it, and it'd be worth a hell of a lot more.
Yeah.
So there's that. Playing glass baseball with gold filled is only 5% of regular gold. I think it's got like 5% of the weight, right about that. I think that's a rule of thumb. I could be wrong. I don't really want to buy gold filled stuff though. I mean, if I find it, that's fine. I just want, a 10 karat. I mean, I've bought nine. I've actually bought. Jay had some 9 karat one time. He actually got some acid that was to test 9 karat, and it actually was 9 karat. So it's not just 10 karat and 14 karat and 18. There's actually nine. There's 12 karat. It was like some. I found some teeth one time. Some gold teeth. There was 12 karat. Go figure.
Yeah.
Oh, I did sell some gold teeth one time. I just wanted to get rid of it. But that, yeah, I did do that. Yeah. Price of silver jump Friday. Let's see what you got going on here, Glenn or Todd. price of silver. Oh, let's just do it on my phone. I never sell it, so I only check every now and then. Just out of curiosity. Okay, let's see. Hit the wrong. Come on, Mad Dog. We will get to some storage units, I promise. What is the price of silver today?
The stock price is unavailable.
Well, it's not unavailable. I'm looking right at it. It's $39.08. That's a little bit higher than what it was.
Yeah.
It went up $1.77. So it's right at $40, close to $40 an ounce now. So that means those $100 bars now, that 100-ounce bars, are almost $4,000 now. And so if you went to buy one, they'd probably be $4,000 right now. And when I first started buying those 100-ounce bars, I was getting them for like $1,500. So think about that, man. That is sweet. I still think it's vastly undervalued, the silver, because in 2011 it actually went up to $49, almost hit $50. So I think it will end up having $5,000 gold and $300 silver. That's my own personal guess, based on nothing but my own belief. Because I still think gold is way undervalued because of the dollar. It's just absolutely worthless. But our new system is so ready to be actuated. There's certain things that have to happen. But if the banks are ready, the ones that are still in business, they are ready to switch, or they wouldn't be there. They've had to seize 57 banks that weren't compliant. They were looking to go with the old globalist system of you'll own nothing and love it kind of thing, which nobody wants that. At least the ones that do want it are idiots. Only skill is prepping, and that is knowledge. Well, with prepping, the best thing you can do is just eat peppers until until you get used to it. And there's a lot of pain involved in that. But what do you think about it, Johnny? When the people that make these challenges up, they'll say, "Well, you can't have water," but at the same time, they'll swear that it makes it worse. I'm saying, if you really stand by that, make them drink water while they're doing the challenge.
Yeah.
I just want to know why. I've never had anybody give me an adequate answer as to why that is. It's like when I did the tuba tear. I know water wouldn't have helped, but it sure would have helped me up here. Just say it. Say, well, we know water makes it worse, but we don't want to give you that psychological edge. And then I would understand it, but just say it. I just want people to say it. That's just a pet peeve of mine. That's all. You hear that it makes it worse, but they don't want to mandate it for a challenge. I'm like, come on, man. Hey, Patrick, how you doing, bud? Let me see what happened. Your newest cat got out. She ran around the yard and then went under the deck. Took about 2 hours to get her back. Yeah, she didn't want to come out. She probably found something under there she wanted to do. Yeah, she wasn't going to come back in until she was ready to eat, man. So the only way you can get her back in there at that point is to set out a bowl of food right there, and when she comes to eat it, pick her up, the whole bowl and her and all, and then bring her in, then give her the food. I guess. 25% gold. That must be rolled gold. They sometimes they'll roll gold on a stainless.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess that could be more than 5. It just depends on how thick of the rolled gold it is, you know. I can't imagine how much my 14-karat wedding ring is worth now. Depends on how many grams it is, man. Of course, it's got a diamond. I don't know how to price diamonds. So whenever I've bought gold rings, gold diamond rings, I'll pay them the full, when they're real diamonds, I'll pay them the full value of the weight of the gold, but I'll include the diamond, if that makes sense. But I won't pay extra because it's a diamond. I bought a lot of rings like that, and maybe I got pretty good deals on. A lot of times, the storage auction buyers, they just want some quick cash. Hey, I got a ring sticker. I got this ring. You want to buy it? I'm like, oh, let's go over and test it. Scrape the hell out of it. Comes up real. I'll pay him spot. If it's got a diamond on it, I don't care. I'll pay you the spot value of the gold, and I'll include the weight of the diamond on there. That's just how I do it. I'm sure somebody will say that's a bad way to do it. I don't. That's what worked for me. Everything I ever bought all the stuff went up in value. I'm like, what do I care? I'm stuck with diamonds. What's wrong with that? Is that a bad thing? Bad Dog says, I want the most expensive at Devon Self Storage in your area. I believe collector. Yeah, we're gonna go have to look at that. We're at the end of the chat. I think I could do that, man. Let's do it, Mad Dog. Let's see. Prime storage. Okay. I'm going to star your post. Take down that. Let's see. Present. Share screen. Okay. All right. I've already got it set up. Here's my zip. Here's a 5-mile radius. I looked at this morning, and this locker sucks. I mean, when I've got a unit, I kind of look for the little dining dashers. But I just saw a bunch of bull crap in there. I didn't want it. That one looks like bull crap. Let's see. Public. Oh, here's one where you can't see in the unit other than the few tubs that are standing back there. It's got is that a futon or a couch? Oh, there's a Pac-Man machine. Oh, those are going to be so hard to move because they're so bulky. That's got some value though if it works. If it works, that's another thing you got to worry about. Fishing stuff, it's not too bad. Of course, it's 10 days away. You burning toast in there, Julie?
No, but there's something in the oven.
Yeah, I can smell it, man. It doesn't smell bad, but it smells kind of like toast starting to. Okay, that's good. This one doesn't look too bad, man. That's one of those full-size Pac-Man machines. What else is in there? It's not a bad looking unit. Problem is, 10 days out, it's kind of hard to get excited about them. I started looking at that one that I bought. It was like 9 days out, maybe 8 or 9 days. That's not a bad looking unit there. See what else? He's talking prime storage. Oh, here we go. I like washer dryers, even though I had a bum dryer. Most of them are generally work, but there's right here. This dresser right here, 60 to 80 bucks, right easy. Washer dryer behind it, 200. If it's a nice set, $200 to $300 easy. A dresser on its side, another 50, 60 bucks there. Box. Let's see what else. What am I missing? Oh, little furry chairs. Okay. 6 drawer. That could be a brand. Well, they got the top of that thing kind of jacked up. You'd be surprised how you could take that and buff that out, and it'd look pretty good when you're done with it. I've had them look like that, and then done my thing on them, and they look good, man. It's got all the hardware. If that's got a brand name on it, you got $100 bill right there. It's a decent unit. The only thing I don't like about it, there's not a lot of boxes, and I like those mystery boxes. That's where the real bang for your buck is. You got one right there. I mean, it's okay. It's probably not one I'm going to end up going after. Why is that not working? Yeah, there's just not enough mystery. And this dresser's missing the frickin' hardware right here. That's not good. And the drawers are empty. That's not good. But if you needed a washer dryer, oh boy, that's real good. Okay, that's good. Just that's not what I'm wanting right now. What kind of brand is that? Roper? I've not heard of Roper.
What is it?
It's a washer dryer, but it's called a Roper brand.
Yeah, I think I've heard of it. I think it's a European washing machine, if I remember correctly.
Last time I heard the word Roper was like watching that show Three's Company, where Mr. Roper, the
Yeah.
the landlord's name was Mr. Roper.
And a lot of those
Yeah.
European washing machines, it's also a dryer built in.
There's a lot that go wrong with one of them, though, you know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And if it's European, it's probably got one of those funky electric plugs on it where you'd have to have an adapter or something.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, let's see what else they got. Now, this one's got some boxes in it. Let's see what we got going here. That's what I like, boxes, because that's where you can find the. Oh, look at all these boxes over here, Glenn. Holy crap.
Oh, yeah. A lot of mystery.
It says books, files, cabinets, boxes, bags, totes, electronics, computers, furniture, and tools. Okay, you got a $25 bill sitting there in a dolly that sells immediately. All these boxes, bankers' boxes. This could be really good, or it could suck. We don't know. Look at all these. They've got to be able to read these tags. See these? Oh my God! Look at that TV there, though.
Yeah.
Why is this picture not? That's a big butt TV right there. It ain't gonna worth it. That. I'd probably just donate that. Uh, N Young, is that Neil Young? uh, it's just Neil Young. No, N Young, National Geographic. I don't want a bunch of freaking National Geographics. Who knows what's in all that crap? What's this? Huh. What is that? Is that a lockbox? No, that's some kind of a power source of some kind. Bankers boxes, camo stuff. All right. There's so many boxes here. There's a lot of mystery, but I'd have to have a clue as to what's okay. What does that say? I can't read the label on that. Highland 5.25 diskettes. All right, we got to find that. 100 discs. All right, let's see if we can figure this one out. It's very important as to what might be in those boxes. Brand name Highland. It's got 100 diskettes in it. 5.25-inch diskettes, 10 per pack. What might that be? Don't tell me you didn't hear a thing I said. Highland brand box, 5.25-inch diskettes, 10 packs. It's not even coming up. Oh, it's coming up as chocolates. That's not it.
Yeah.
Oh, pop Bluetooth marine stereo and speaker kit. What?
Huh.
No, I don't think it's showing up right. I don't think it understood my question. I'd be kind of worried about buying all this stuff right here. I don't know what that could even be.
Yeah.
I mean, didn't you get stuck with a crap ton of hookahs one time? Or you got? Yeah, I think you were able to sell them though. You remember that?
It was those hookah. Yeah.
Yeah, you had a crap ton.
Yeah, God, it was boxes and boxes of it. And then finally, somebody we were dealing with that was buying stuff from us says, give it to me for a certain, we had it for like a year. Said, give it to me for a certain price. I don't remember what it was. And he said, I'll put it on eBay and sell it. He bought them all off of us.
Yeah, at that point, you just wanted to punt,
Yeah. I mean, we'd already made our money off the locker and that crap was just sitting in the garage.
eating up space.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I totally get it, man. Space is the final frontier. You got to have space.
Yeah.
Look at all these.
At the point I was going to throw it in the dumpster, you know?
Yeah, well, I'm glad you were able to sell. Look at all these electronics here. Now that I've got. I'm not sure how I feel about this. That could be really good or really bad.
Yeah.
This locker kind of freaks me out.
Yeah.
A big old compressor here, though. That's probably 100 plus. I mean, I guess if it's really bad and you get all these and you're making your money anyway, and you could, if you don't like this stuff, you could just get rid of it. You know, as long as you're up in the profit, like kind of like where you were getting to be, where you had all those hookahs. I mean,
Yeah.
sell all for one blowout price and get rid of them. You know, if you don't want to sit on them forever. This locker to me is just too risky. So I'm reading National Geographics. I don't know what in the hell's in those boxes. Got a big butt TV and some old electronic. I'm gonna have to pass. All right, let's move on. I have to admit though, it's a little bit intriguing. Seymour. I can hear Mad Dog now. Prime storage. Go to prime storage.
Hey.
I'm gonna try, man. Let's go to my wait a minute, like auction tools, bid manager. No, 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 no. Bookmark facilities. That's the one I want. Go into the P's. Prime storage. Here we go. This is right here in J-Town. And they got Zip.
Yeah.
Zilch.
Oh.
There is a prime storage on Jefferson Boulevard, though. But if I try to find it on here without having it bookmarked, it's literally impossible. Unless I go here to, all right, let's do it this way. I'll have to go out to 10 miles because I think it's probably just past the 5 mile zone. So let's do 10. And then go to show map. Yes, this might be it. This is it. Yeah, here we go. We found it, Mad Dog. He's going to like this. They got $200 deposits there, which is fine. There's a hood for a car. That's one of those things you could sell if somebody needs one and you're selling one. You sell it fast. Some drums. This one looks like, look, you got this drum sitting on top of the other one going all the way through where the skin would be. Sitting in front of a thing of paint. I'm going to say them drums right there are pretty close to zero.
Yeah.
So this is probably not the unit he was talking about anyway, but we'll look. Yeah, it's looking a little choppy, man. This one is. Wow, look at that screen. It's an old AMF by AMF. They actually got bowling machines. You got your Brunswick and your AMF and all that stuff. Did not know they made bicycles. It's probably old. Huh. I can promise you I'm not buying this. There's a book called Glenn's. There's your book, man. Glenn's. There's a nice word, craftsman. Wonder what that is. Wood ladders aren't as good. Some bubble wrap. Uh, yeah, this is. Yeah, I guarantee you those drums ain't worth shit. All right, we'll Pasadena on that one. Let's keep looking. Okay, he said something about a poker table, didn't he?
Yeah.
That is probably World Poker Tour poker. I don't think that was actually where it was at, but that is definitely a poker table. The problem with this unit is everything besides that poker table. What is it? Like, did somebody wipe their ass on this? It's like somebody lost their ass at this poker table right there. You know, right there. They were sitting right there and lost their ass. Lost their ass. Sensational science tricks. Oh no. This unit here. Whoa! Wait a minute. I'm seeing it now, Mad Dog. There is a big standing jewelry box. So are you feeling lucky that it's got gold in it? That would be the question. They taped the drawers. So that
Yeah,
probably means the stuff's in there.
I think so. Yeah.
This box could be worth thousands with the not the box, but what could be in there. So at this point, it would be about what's okay. It's a 10 by 10. Oh boy, that box is going to make the price jump way up there. That's why it's already $80. It sells in 2 days. But here's the problem. You get into that jewelry box and there's either nothing or all costume.
Yeah.
The rest of the unit sucks. That's the problem. And all of this depends on the price too. So I got a feeling this poker table looks like somebody wiped their butt on it.
Yeah. There has to be something else to kind of
Exactly.
make it worthwhile, especially if the price goes up.
Yeah, I mean, and the labor. I mean, you got to consider this is a 10 by 10 packed. There's a lot of labor here and a lot of getting rid of junk. You're obviously you're not going to sell everything that's in here, so you got to get rid of it unless you just want to store it, which is not a good idea. Probably a bed in there because those look like rails, especially since there's three of them because they normally come with three bed rails or slats. I mean, but there's the money shot. That's just something sitting on top of it, I guess. What is that wrapped around it?
Yeah. Huh.
Well, that being in the picture, this jewelry box will bring this unit up hundreds of dollars. Hmm. It is. The good news is it is an outdoor unit, so you can back right up to it. With me, though, I would have to rent that. I'd be renting two at the same time. I think I've done that once.
Yeah, this wouldn't be a bad one, like you said, for the right price.
At the right price. I don't think I think this one's going to be one of those gambler specials, though,
Yeah.
would be why I would be buying it. It would be a gambler. If I had a whole bunch of extra room to deal with right now, I might do this more quickly than I would otherwise. This is intriguing to me that they've taped the drawers. Why would they tape the drawers if it wasn't
Yeah.
full? So why would they put their jewelry box in the very front? And look at that. That's all splintered. That's a bed. That's part of a bed footboard, I think. Because I think it got a caster hole right there. Man, that's just what I see. I mean, I could be wrong, but it looks all splintered there. That's not a good start there. Like bags of bedding, plastic chairs, plastic jewelry. I don't know. Here's like a little plastic figure. It's a plastic unit, man. That's what scares me.
Yeah.
3-gallon aquarium. See, this it's not the clues that I'm getting here aren't telling me gold, man. But it doesn't. There's no exact science to this. This is still intriguing. If I could, and I could bid on one item like Daryl's did, I would bid $200 to $300 for this box. Would I? Yeah, I would gamble on that. Yes, I would. I'll just go ahead and say it. I know that's not an option, so it's easy to say that. But if they pull that out like it's at Daryl's, what do you think you'd do, Glenn? They pulled this box out. Of course, you know when it's Daryl's, you probably wouldn't trust it, but I might go a couple $100 on it. I've done that. I bought a locker one time that had a jewelry box in it, and really not much of anything else. I paid a couple $100 for it. Didn't really turn out well. I did find one gold ring, but at the time, the price of gold didn't pay for it. But I guess technically over the years it paid for itself because I kept the gold. So anyway, I'm wasting too much time on that. We'll see what else they got. It is tempting, but I don't like the overall look of the unit and jewelry boxes in the front. Uh, I don't know how I feel about that. Nice tall little table there. Plastic shelves and a little bit of money. What's this? Candy dispenser. Cheap furniture. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Yeah, you know what? You probably don't have the keys to it. All the candy's bad. You know what that's worth? $5. I could be way off on that. I've had them before and they haven't done that good. That looks like a stove. Those are hard to sell right now. Yeah, I'm off. I'm not going to do that one. Uh, show the map. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. What did I just do? 600. Oh, that's in Omaha. I'm not going to Omaha. Oh, I'm back at this one. Kind of big deal. All right, I got to admit, I am a little bit intrigued in that jewelry box. Just the rest of the unit didn't scream of having money to me. I mean, I could be way off on that. But you got to start somewhere. Huh. Mm. Let's see what Mad Dog's saying. Ah, I just blinked it out. Daggone it. Now look what happened. Okay. Let's see. All right, I'm going to come back in and we'll read these, and then we can go back if we want to here. StreamYard, let's see, remove. Okay. Where, where is the star? Still looking. There it is. Couch, video game machine, 100, repop machine. 1,000. Pretty color dresser, but not sexy blah. Oh, yeah. Those I call them furry chairs. They looked okay. I mean, those kind of things actually sell very good. As long as they're not matted or stinky.
Yeah.
Or have bad feel. If it's got that soft and it smells good, oh my god, yes, those sell fast with good money. Jewelry on top of jewelry, pink pantyhose hanging out of it. It could have been, man. For this, I feel that the price bit. Yeah, $90, but yeah, jewelry on top of jewelry. Could be. I mean, I think for sure there is jewelry in there. I don't have any doubt about that. But I found a lot of jewelry boxes that had a lot of jewelry in it and didn't have any gold in it. That's the thing. And when you start finding gold and silver, there's a lot of it. 100 candy. I don't know, man. I didn't mean to hit that. Now look. Score. Find out. Yeah, you could FAFO on that one. I could F around and find out on that one. Oh, yeah. I need to go back there and find that one, man. Okay. Okay. So let's go to Devon. Okay, let's do that. That's what we haven't done yet. Okay. By far, though, Mad Dog, that's the one thing that's intrigued me is that jewelry box. Like I said, I would if it was just a jewelry box there, I'd bid $200, maybe more, just on the jewelry box, just to see what's in it. Do I want to buy that whole unit to see what's in the jewelry box? That's another question. I haven't said no. I haven't said yes. I am saying I'm intrigued. Okay, we want to go to Devon. Here it is. I know the manager over there very well. His name's Biff. He always deals straight up with me, so I'm good with that. Nice dresser. Chair and a bag. I need more mystery, folks. I've just now got my back straight. And I'm looking at this. Yeah, my back's fine now. These are better than safes right here. But let me show you a little clue right here that would have me not buying this for the furniture for sure. Because look at that little strip that came off, and underneath is pressed wood. It's cheap. So would I buy this? Probably not. Now there's probably another unit here, I'm guessing. Yeah, here we go. All right, let's see if this is the one. Open boxes, I don't like that. What is standing out and that we can see that I might like? So far, nothing. You got candle holders. That's like that's where you play the fart sound right there. Vases, probably vases. Urns, artificial flowers, decorations. That's what I see, man. I like that little tall glass table. That's a nice little table. If you got some stools to go around it. This one scares the hell out of me, man. I'm seeing a bunch of junk. Hopefully, I didn't influence your opinion, Glenn. But what do you think about this?
Yeah, I'm not.
Nobody's bid on it. No, somebody bid $10 on it,
Yeah,
which would be about right.
yeah,
I don't like all these flowery things. I couldn't do a thing with all that crap, man. And all the boxes look rifled in, man. It's a 10 by 30. God, can you imagine having a 10 by 30 of just crap?
yeah.
That would suck, man. These look like maybe hat boxes, though, but I'm sure they're goofy hats, man. What if they look like these? Or those cushion? I don't know what they are, man. My first initial thought was a hat box, but I don't think they are now. And all these pretty little flowers. There might be something there. I can't buy this. All right, there's probably another one there that looks better. It would have to be this one. I'll call up Biff and say, "Tell me about these lockers. What's the story?" I could get all the intel by talking to him. What the hell am I looking at here? It says television, bed, sewing machine, furniture, luggage, and household items. Okay. Uh, Interesting. Brother, oh brother. Hey, while I was there, what's gold today? Gold is 33.64. It's just waiting to take off. Looks like a big headboard, maybe, or something like that. I think that's what that is. And a frickin' basket. Hey, look at this mess. I don't know, man. I better see about a row of AK-47s in the corner. I'm not. This one ain't working. So I got plenty of ammo for them. I just don't have it. I've still got all that ammo from the freezer unit. Boy, that freezer and mini fridge saved our butts because that's right when I bought it. That's when our fridge went out. So that was good timing on that buy.
Lifesaver.
It really was, or we'd have had to gone out and probably paid a hell of a lot more.
Oh
Because
yeah,
you need one, you need it then.
yeah.
So it's not like you can wait. So, as a matter of fact, it was such a situation that I kept this little freezer, smaller one, just in case. I know a lot of people wouldn't do that, but
Yeah.
I did. It was actually a freezer that I bought at a storage auction where I didn't buy a locker. People that were at the storage facility, they or at a live auction years ago, they bought a whole locker full of stuff, and I walked over there and I saw that freezer, and I said, "Hey, were you willing to sell that freezer?" He said, "Yeah, what do you give me for it?" "I'll give you $40 for it." And he said, "Okay." Deal. It's been good all the last several years, but we needed a bigger one. All right, I'm not seeing it here, man. And this one, that one with the pretty little flowers on it, I can't do that one. Me and pretty little flowers don't get along. But you did drive, Mad Dog. You did get me to a jewelry box. So with that, I will say that's good. I will watch that unit. I didn't really like the unit other than the jewelry box, so that's the issue I'm having. But it depends on the price. But if it's already $80, you probably got at least four people bidding on it. I'm guessing, or it could be up to eight people. I guess. You know, the only time I'll bid early on a unit is just to bid on it to put it in my bid manager. That's why I bid on them earlier. Normally, I don't even really want to bid until there's a little over 3 minutes to go. I'm trying to snipe it. So anyway, I'm going to come back into the chat and we can close out for the day. We've been going at it for a while. And, yeah. Boom! Just like that. There we are.
Hey,
Store all new. Mad Dog said, all right, I'll look there real quick, Mad Dog. Store all new cut. All right, I can do that. That won't take long. All right. Um, oh, yeah, let's just do it this way. Go into my account, auction tools, store all. Must be on the third page. Nope. Store all new cut. Where is it? Oh, no. Yeah, here it is. Store all new cut. They got 3 units there. He said there was $1,000 unit there. I'm not seeing it. Got three that's got $10. Well, we can look. It's free to look. Mm, right off the bat, I'm hating this one. I don't like it. It says kids' toys. And scooter. So kind of like that poker table. Looked like it had a scooter on the top of it. You get me? Yeah. Scooter. All right, that one sucks, man. All right, here we go. I bought several units at this place. And there's freaking mattresses. Boxes, that's good. Hey, grill, not good. Oh, Lord, this one kind of blows, man. I'm not seeing the first item that I like. I gotta have something to hang my hat on. Right now, I would say this one sucks. Yeah, this one kind of blows. Let's see what else they got there. What the hell is this? Okay, those little things that are on wheels that's got all these little drawers, that's perfect for crafting. We could sell that on Marketplace in one day at the right price. Probably 20, $30. That dresser, all the hardware on there looks to be probably wood, $60. So I'm seeing about $100 right there. And there's not much else. Oh, it's a big old TV set, possibly. Or that's a mirror to the dresser. Probably that's what it is, a mirror. Not enough here for me to really go all the way out there for that. So that one's not, that's a no-go. That one, I don't like it. I didn't like that one. No, not working, man. Wah, wah. Hey, we'll always look, though. Well, the one that if I was going to buy one thinking about might be jewelry, I would go for the one with the jewelry box. But the problem with that one is I didn't like the unit besides the jewelry box.
Yeah, there was nothing else really there to catch your eye.
Right. Yeah, and I got to have something to hang my hat on, man, other than the jewelry. Because let's say you go in the jewelry box and it's just a bunch of bullshit. I'm sorry. Bull crap jewelry in there that's just costume, man. That's not going to help.
I'm sure there's something in the drawers, but like you said, it's probably all costume. Who
Probably
knows?
all pink pantyhose. You never know, man. No, I think there's jewelry in there. I just don't know if there's any. Go $30 unit there, Vandy. Hey, how you doing? She could elaborate on that. What do you mean $30 unit there? Um, $30 is a nice cheap price for a unit. Yeah, maybe he's still here. And it was at 147. Yeah, he's probably still here. I know if super cheap, super cheaper. We'll just see. I'm still working on that one unit I got this week, and there's still more money to drag out of that. So I can be pretty picky at this point, and I will because I need. Of course, I always got to consider that I need content as well. Oh, the one with the dresser. Yeah, that would be a good unit at $30 because you could you could easily triple your money. And jewelry 130. Yeah, I mean I would pay 130 for that unit with a jewelry box, but I'd also have to consider I'd probably be there a month because there's a lot of crap in there. You never know when you've got a big unit like that stacked to the ceiling of stuff and you can't really specify one item that piques your interest except for the jewelry box. You get in there and all of a sudden you're finding a bunch of crap, then you bought yourself a headache. Sometimes you just gotta, no pain, no gain kind of thing. The times I've found the best jewelry where I had no idea it was coming. You know what I mean, Glenn?
Yep.
No idea it was coming. Yes, a Mad Dog, I've said this all along that dresser drawers are better than safes. I watched this guy, Storage Mafia, yesterday. Okay? And we'll be out here before 2. Don't worry, Glenn. We're not going to go all day.
I'm good.
This channel, I watch him sometimes. He's a new buyer and he's just starting to learn this stuff, but he's going all hard at it. He's got over 50,000 subs already. making me look like holy crap, but I digress. He bought this locker. It's a 10 by 30, but all that was in there is like 7 or 8 to 10 boxes sitting on the floor and 2 huge, expensive safes. And the manager told him, correctly so, that the tenant was a gun store owner. Okay. So he paid $3,000 for this storage unit. And then he went through all the boxes, and there was about $300 worth of stuff. Okay. So then it's down to the 2 big safes. So he had 2 other guys there with him. And they were able to move these safes. They got him back to his house. And you wouldn't believe how lucky they got. No. He got a friend over there, and he looked at the keypad because he was going to cost $1,000 for a locksmith to come out and redo those safes.
Yeah.
It was going to cost $1,000, and he's already in for 3. But his buddy came over and looked at the keypad, and he noticed the 3 and the 8 and the 0 had a little more wear on them. And he thought about 380 guns, and he thought 380. So they typed in 380 back to back, and it's son of a buck open.
Look,
I don't know if they set this up and already had the guy there and did that, but they opened up at 380 because they were so happy. So they get in the safes though. Now he's going to, at this point, he's going to get his money back because he's got buyers for the safe. So he was going to break even. So he's thinking. So then the last thing was to open up the safes and see what's in there. But I knew from the beginning that this gun store owner was not going to leave his guns in there. Sure enough, they were freaking empty.
Oh.
But he did break even, and it made a great video. But I knew, daggone well, a gun store owner's not going to leave their guns in there.
Yeah.
You know, he just wouldn't do it.
They might have been in there at one time, but he got them out.
He got them out, and because he even found that the guy, in one of the smaller boxes, he found a business card, and he was going to call the guy and ask for the code. Maybe he would have given him a little bit of money to give him the code, something like that. Nothing to lose, right? Well, that number was out of business. That tells you all you need to know right there.
Yeah.
So he didn't get the safes, but the gun store owner got his guns, and I kind of figured that's what they'd go into that and wouldn't find them. But I got to give him credit. He put his money where his mouth was, and he didn't lose anything.
Yeah.
But how lucky was that?
Yeah.
If he had to pay $1,000, they would have lost $1,000. You know, that's not going to kill somebody that does this all the time, but it's a big hit.
Yeah, it is.
It's a big hit. But if you go in there and search Storage Mafia, if you want to watch that video, and of course I told you everything you need to know. Then, but anyway, yeah. You love what? Which unit? I love what unit? Oh, did you see that unit? Did you see what I was talking about, Mad Dog, with the Storage Mafia? Mandy, that could be very good there. 3 dressers. You could jewelry units 30 to 30. Okay. Yeah, hey, I'm going to keep an eye on that one, man. Well, anyway, I appreciate everybody that showed up in here today and enjoyed the chat. We had a pretty good one today.
Yeah.
Wasn't struggling for anything to talk about. It all kind of flowed today. So that's good. We had enough interaction. I appreciate that, man. Makes these so much fun when people are, chiming in and all that. It's great. I enjoyed it. We'll do it again next Sunday. Same time, same station. So, I wonder, I might leave everybody with an entertaining video today, Glenn. What do you think if I go to, wait a minute. All right, let's. I'll leave everybody with it. Wait a minute. I got a comment right here. I can't leave one hanging. Over 3 million, 2 channels. Who? Storage Mafia? Well, anyway, I'll leave you guys with this. And this is one thing that I invented a while back, which is stupid. And I'll leave y'all with this because it was stupid, man. Wait a minute. Oh yes, yeah. I watched. I love watching other storage buyers buy crap, man. And I'm thinking, damn, why can't I? Why don't I buy that one like that? Well, I've had a few. I've had a few, but I don't get the views some of these guys get. Am I a little jealous? Maybe, but I'm doing the best. I'm doing the best I can, and that's all I can do. So I'm just going to keep doing it because I'd love doing it anyway. So anyway, I'm going to leave you guys with this. So I got to go here. Video file. All right. All right, guys. I'll see you next week. Glenn, you have a great rest of your week, bud.
You too, Mark.
We'll take care. Here you go.
Introducing the crotch cam. The crotch cam. Think about it. So we're going to see if this is a thing, if it takes off. So if you like this idea, let me know what you think. Will the crotch cam come on and be an item on YouTube? Is it going to explode? What do you think? Give me some feedback here. The crotch cam.
The crotch cam.
Thank you for watching, and I will see you very soon. Thanks.
Later, guys. That was dumb, wasn't it?